This video explains how open educational resources, also commonly known as OER, can help support EDI in the classroom. Let's first look at the issues that we are trying to address in mainstream course materials. Three main problems with commercial textbooks have been highlighted in research studies. They are as follows. 1. Commercial textbooks are expensive to most students. 2. Commercial textbooks lack timely and equitable access to alternate formats for students with disabilities. 3. Commercial textbooks tend to portray perspectives and experiences as universal while omitting those of marginalized groups. What exactly are open educational resources? Open educational resources are teaching, learning, and research resources, such as open textbooks that are available for anyone to access, use, and share free of cost. You may be aware that OER can help level the playing field for students who are struggling financially. However, did you know that OER can also be a helpful tool for decolonizing education and for promoting EDI for marginalized students? In addition to being cost-free, OER are made available under an open license, such as Creative Commons. In most cases, you can modify, adapt, and remix the content of OER if you wish to do so. Let's hear from Sheridan faculty member Connie Stevens, who has first-hand experience with OER curation and implementation. In addition to being faculty, Connie Stevens is also the coordinator of the Office Administration Health Services program. Connie is a co-author of 3 OER, as listed below, and has made her OER more inclusive for students by diversifying the perspectives referenced throughout the discipline. Are there people or perspectives that tend to get left out of traditional textbooks or materials in your discipline?
When we were looking for a textbook for communications for health services, we found that there was not a textbook that was relevant to health administration. It was important to us because when you're working in health administration, you are working with a very complex and diverse community. Look at cultures, we looked at religions, we looked at the indigenous populations and how do we interact. What is important for the client that is in front of us and for us as the professional. So how do we interact? We also discussed people with different types of abilities. If they were hearing impaired, if they were visually impaired, if they were mobility impaired, and there was not one textbook that captured all of this information, and also to be able to explain to the professional when we're in the workplace, how do we interact? And we didn't just look at it one way, we looked at the best way to communicate with the client, and then from the client's perspective, what way they wanted us to interact with them.
What sets your therapeutic communication, OER, apart from a commercial textbook you used or could have used for your course?
When looking at the persons that were involved in the textbook that we wanted to get the information from, we did a little bit of a literature search, but it was more important to us to actually go to the expert who is the individual who came from the culture, or the person who had the hearing disability. So when we went to them, we said, this is what the literature shows. Does this fit with your community or your culture or how you like to be communicated to and with? So it was really important for us to not just use our own perspective and pick and choose from the literature that was available, but to really go to the person who was involved to get their expertise.
Does your OER prepare students to work with a diverse group of clients in their future profession?
Our specific OER really helped the students to prepare to work with different cultures, different types of people, by teaching them about the culture themselves and about the communications. It also helps them if they've never been exposed to someone of a different culture or of a different ability or of a different gender or a different gender identity to really understand and use the videos and use the interactive lessons that are in the OER to help them with the exposure, and then helps to create their comfort level with something that they don't know. They come in with the anxiety, and it's the anxiety caused by the unknown. So we're helping to inform them and then prepare them to work in the real world and to feel comfortable with their skill level.
For faculty who are new or relatively new to OER, you don't necessarily need to create an OER from scratch. You can simply adopt an existing OER from sources like eCampus Ontario's Open Library. Since OER are openly licensed, you may change or remix the content to make it more inclusive and diverse for your students. With a Creative Commons licensed OER, you can do the following. Improve the accessibility of the material. Replace certain images with more inclusive ones. Contextualize the information with local examples and statistics. You can also include content with underrepresented voices and diverse perspectives, as well as add activities that encourage marginalized students to contribute their own viewpoints, as well as leverage their prior experiences. With their customizable templates, adoptable sources, and overall flexibility, open educational resources may be just the tool to support you in this transformative process. To learn more about OER, check out Sheridan Library's OER Guide. You may also consult the research paper titled Leveraging OER and Open Pedagogy to Promote EDI in the Classroom, which is available in Sheridan's source.